y'all who say Kamala fought for the people. Those of y'all who say Kamala, is on the side of black people, has fought for black people's rights. Yeah, watch this.
Lives matter to her. Why didn't I matter?
I don't agree what my Kamala Harris did to my mom, and I don't agree with what she's done to other parents as well.
My message to all Americans, especially black Americans, do not trust Kamala Harris.
I'm so proud of you right now, because you walked all the way down here and I wasn't expecting you to walk.
My daughter, Shayla, suffers from sickle cell anemia, a chronic, painful genetic disease.
As a prosecutor in law enforcement, I have a huge stick.
It's a very sharp stabbing pain, and it hurts a whole lot. Like from my chest all the way down, it hurts, including my side.
So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy.
When Kamala Harris was the California Attorney General, she had me arrested and prosecuted because my handicap.
And shout out Marshall Gameland. He's like, yes, I do enjoy that you guys share facts and bring charts to prove your facts. Keep going, guys, man. No problem, man. We always got you on that one.
My daughter was sick in the hospital and had missed some days of school.
I spent a majority of my time here at the hospital.
Kamala's horrible policies hurt mothers like me and the black community. My name is Sheree Peoples, and this is my story. I am a single mother. I've worked as a certified nursing assistant and a caregiver. My daughter Shayla was born in 2002. When she was born, she was diagnosed with sickle cell anemia. It affects all major organs in the body and also causes extreme pain. Her whole life, she has been on medications like morphine and Dilaudid to help her control the pain. In addition, she had to undergo blood transfusions every 3 weeks. My lifestyle became taking care of her almost full time. It is pretty typical for kids with Shayla disability to miss a lot of school.
I just got out of school. I've done 3 full days this week. Oh, I'm so tired.
And for years, the teachers were aware of her condition and her absences were all excused. California schools get their state and federal funding.
Shout out Jessica Victoris. Appreciate that super chat, Jessica. Ain't got too much to say. Just wanted to show some support to the stream. Shout out to you, girl.
Based off of average daily attendance.
Oh, hold on.
Schools are paid about
that was for you. Appreciate you.
$30 per student per day.
In San Francisco, we threatened the parents of truants with prosecution.
I first heard of Kamala Harris when she got elected California Attorney General.
We are putting parents on notice. We are going to make sure that you face the full force and consequences of the law.
She wrote a report saying truancy was costing California schools $1.4 billion a year in funding.
Because of truancy, California public schools lose $1.4.
Shout out James Foley, just sent in $1. Ain't got too much to say, just wanted to show some support, bro. We appreciate that.
$1 billion a year in funding. I want money.
Kamala then wrote a law making it criminal for parents if their kids miss school time. Kamala even wrote a book called Smart on Crime.
You can read an excerpt from the book that she just plugged shamelessly. It's called Smart on Crime.
Talking about arresting parents for truancy.
I sent a letter on my letterhead out to every parent in the public school system.
In 2012, like all California parents, I received a threatening letter from Kamala Harris saying we'll go to jail for a year if our kids even miss 10% of school days.
But
it was like a
that?
crazy intimidation tactic.
I'm going to start prosecuting parents for truancy.
Send your kids to school so I can indoctrinate them. Or you're going to jail.
Says that.
Like, hold on. So you telling me because my kid's sick? Basically, you gonna bring charges down on me because my kid's sick. I mean,
stop it. Get some help.
Like, what the? I mean, bro.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
No, she's sick. She's sick.
I thought, wow, this woman doesn't have any empathy. Is it because she's not a mother?
Yeah.
I also thought, how could she not understand it would disproportionately affect people of color, single black mothers? But honestly, I didn't imagine it could affect me. Her teachers had her medical records from the Children's Hospital. I even had a 504 plan, which was an agreement between the school district and the parents to provide care for students with disabilities. It was April 18th, 2013, in the morning. I'm in my pajamas. I had just fed my daughter, gave her medications, sent her off to school. Little did I know, there was a warrant out for my arrest. All of a sudden, the police is outside my house, and they started banging on the door. I opened up my door, and 2 officers entered my home. They told me I was under arrest for my child missing school. They said I was going to jail. I was shocked. I said, but my baby...
Cali ain't tough on crime. They ain't tough on these gangbangers, but they gonna be tough on parents for their kids missing school. And she's got a medical exception. I'm trying to figure out how that wasn't documented. What the hell?
Is sick. The school knows that. And they said, go talk to Kamala Harris.
Hey, yo.
Put your hands behind your back.
My mom did nothing wrong. We did everything we were supposed to. I was always bringing doctor's notes, always calling the school to let them know that I was in the hospital.
Then they handcuffed me. So they take me outside for what you call a perp walk. And oh my God, the TV news was there. The newspapers were there.
This woman like she was some type of bad parent, but she had been by her daughter's side throughout her whole sickle cell journey. I'd be heated. Now I would sue. This is defamation. This is defamation.
Embarrassed you.
Nah, I'm dead ass suing
for having a sick daughter.
I'm suing Kamala. I'm suing the hospital and the school for not properly communicating and having that documented. Bro. I'm suing the police union. I'm suing everybody. I would have walked away with, bro, 100 mil, bro. You got me fucked up.
I'd have been on all types of bullshit.
I'm suing the news network for wrongfully being outside my house and recording me like I'm some criminal. I'm suing everybody, bro. I'm suing everybody.
You could swear I had killed somebody. It was degrading and humiliating. I was taken to the
about how her daughter felt when she seen her mom getting paraded
while she's sick,
bro. And she know her mom been there for probably the only one that's really been there for taking her all the appointments, giving her the medicine, probably just being there trying to help her out. You know what I'm saying,
bro? That shit is evil, bro. That's literally evil.
That's facts, bro. And shout out Verse Concho, man. You know, 20 and up is a baller alert over here at St. Key Media. We appreciate you, dog. I was shot. Whoa, I was shot. I got you. So, blah, blah, blah. I was a shithead in high school, single mother, and skipped most of my senior year. If my mom would have been arrested on behalf of me, not only would she have a record, but my little brother would have had to do it. Right.
Damn.
Right.
Yeah, can you imagine, low key, it's like your family getting broken up just because, like, yo, hold on, I'm the one just doing my thing, and now my mom's going to get arrested, my little brother's. It's like, hold on, that's literally, bro, that can only affect poor communities. Because if you think about it, yeah, if you do have a delinquent son, and you know, I trust me, bro, I understand it, but if you have a delinquent son and he's out of school for 10 days, then yeah, that drags in the mother too. That drags in hella black mothers. I mean, dog, can you imagine how much of our friends' moms will be in jail right now if that was the case?
That's sick.
I mean, dog, can you imagine, like, if, bro, let's say that, man, you had some problems back in then. And our moms end up going to jail, and now
I missed a lot of school my senior year. I'm not gonna sit here and
bro.
Lie. That's what's low key hit me. I'm sitting here processing it like, damn, like you telling me like I did that of my own volition. I was sneaking and doing that, bro. So you telling me obviously this situation is a little bit different, but I could have brought criminal charges on my mom because I wanted to be a dumbass.
No, but dog, that was the law. If you're out of school for these 10 consecutive days, I believe, then yeah, your mom's going to jail.
That's wild as hell. That's wild as hell. There could be so many reasonings behind that. There could be, like I said, I could be chewing on my own self.
Bro, yeah.
I told my mom I was going to school. I left with my book bag every morning, bro. But I went to the arcade. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it don't matter if you're black, white, Hispanic. If you were just in a low income area, bro, I ain't gonna lie, you was prone to do that as a kid. Like, I can't even say I've done some things like that. Maybe not 10 consecutive days.
Oh no, facts,
shit.
Facts, verse. He said your white mama too. It could be your white mama.
Facts.
Appreciate that. Shout out Marshall Gamer. He said that's what Kamala does. She uses the media in her favor. Ah, bro,
man. I mean,
she got a track record of it, bro.
Boy. I mean, that's sad. That's really sad. I mean, it could have been any mom, any mom, just middle class, lower middle class, poverty line. Oh my goodness,
it makes you really feel for him,
bro.
I
mean, bro, that could even happen to a rich mom or a rich parent. Your son just want to be reckless as hell and skip 10 days. Let's say they want to lash out on their parents. All right, mom, fuck you. I'm leaving for 10 days and the cops will be here. I'm like, whoa here, man. Like, what's going on?
Criminal Justice Center. They took my mugshot. I was fingerprinted like a criminal, and I was terrified.
And it felt like I caused her so much pain. Because in reality, it is because of me, even though I know it's not directly my fault. Sorry.
The next day, the Orange County Register showed the pictures of my arrest. They even had a close-up picture of my hands in handcuffs to show here's a black mother being arrested.
Keep kids in school and out of gangs. Like, here's a picture of a black woman's hands in handcuffs, letting it know that black women, it could be you too. I mean, bro, who else was it aimed at?
No, that's sick by the media. Sick spin by the media. Like, this woman was only in cuffs because her child missed school because of a medical exception, and they spun it to fit a narrative like, oh, we're actually helping the community. We're cleaning up the streets. We're getting parents. We're holding parents accountable. Keep these kids off the streets and out of gangs and in school. Like, hold on. That's sick as hell.
And it did hurt me a little bit when the little girl was low-key my fault. And I'm like, yeah, it's like, I understand where she got to that point, but it's like, nah, sweetheart, you don't know. It's not
your fault. You didn't do this. You didn't ask for this.
Like, trust me.
And shame on them for putting you in a position to where you feel like you need to take any responsibility for this. This is no fault of yours, and these people need to be held accountable. Like I said, I would have sued the hell out of everybody involved.
It's a complete failure of our government that we even allowed this to happen.
Kamala.
No, bro, the fact that nobody even checked in on Kamala and be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
Like, hard checked her.
Like, bro, you run this damn state. Look what you're doing.
The truancy rate at over 2.5 times that of white students.
Everyone knew most truant kids were black. Yep. I think Kamala Harris wanted me as an example to threaten other single black mothers, like, this can happen to you if you don't get your kids in class. The police even put out a press release naming me and other black single mothers like Toya Daniels, who got arrested the same day. But my hell was just beginning. They gave me 2 charges: failure to supervise and encourage school attendance, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. I couldn't believe it. They framed my daughter as a gang member and basically charged me with neglect.
Yo, framed her daughter as a gang member? Yep, duplicity is the word of the night, man.
I spent the next 2 years in court fighting these charges. Kamala assigned her nastiest prosecutors to my case.
My homicide prosecutors, my gang prosecutors. And they went over there and I said, when you go over there, look really mean.
Like 10 different prosecutors. Wow. They kept pressuring me to plead guilty and spend a year in jail. But I kept refusing because I did nothing wrong. All the time I had to spend going to court, I was struggling to care for my Shayla. I lost my job and couldn't pay rent, and we got evicted.
Yo, ruined her life. Like, I mean, I'm gonna have to clip this part up. I'm clipping this part up. This part is getting clipped up for sure, because ain't no way. There's just no way.
had to move into a motel.
And I ended up being in the hospital a lot during her trial. And in that hospital stay was when I had my stroke.
I had a stroke about 4 or 5 days ago. And right now I'm doing pretty good. My hand is doing okay, I guess.
In 2015, after 2 years, they finally just gave up and dismissed my case.
2 years?
In 2018, the Supreme Court of California ruled that truancy cannot be punished by incarceration. It was unconstitutional.
The right-wing Supreme Court that y'all hate so much is the one that saved this black mother. Yes. The right-wing Supreme Court, they had to go to the Supreme Court, and they was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you're literally, like, how can you lock people up on truancy? How can you do that to the parents and not expect it to have backlashes on them and their family? Because Kamala has no family, so she wouldn't understand. I mean, it's crazy. It was the right wing. It was the right-wing Supreme Court that saved this young lady at the end of the day. And I know I don't want to make it too political, but let's be honest. Imagine if it was a complete leftist, Supreme Court that just goes along whatever these far left, Republicans, or I'm sorry, not Republicans, but political figures go with. Imagine if they just let that go through in the Supreme Court. She'd have been screwed.
Finally stopped Kamala Harris' abuses. When I look back, I ask, why did Kamala Harris arrest me? Why was Kamala Harris so insensitive to a black woman with a handicapped child? Well, first, I learned that Kamala Harris has no common experience with black people. She grew up with an Indian mother. I remember she kept saying she was Indian.
To become the first Indian senator in U.S. history, which would be quite an accomplishment.
Not good.
What we're going to cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because you are Indian.
Yes. And I learned she grew up in...
Yes, because you are Indian. Yes. She's Indian. All of a sudden, she's going under the mantra of, oh, I'm black. First black female president. No, she went under the mantra as the first Indian DA, I believe, or AG. So what are y'all talking about?
In Canada, not in the United States, and went to a wealthy high school. I think in Canada, she must not have been exposed to American values, which respects the rights of individuals. When Kamala Harris ran for president in 2019, they asked her about arresting people like me, and she just lied her ass off.
The truancy program got a lot of criticism too. Did you actually lock anybody up?
No, we never locked anybody up. We never sent a parent to jail.
Wow.
And no parent went to jail. And we did prosecute some cases, but far few, only about 20.
It's ironic because Kamala helped raise money to bail out murderers, rioters, and thieves. But she thought I belonged in jail because I had a handicapped child. To me, Kamala is fake. She just repeats stupid things like unburdened.
What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be.
And a shout out to Marshland Gamer, bro. Sorry I missed that one, but I got you. Man, Kamala will do anything to push an agenda, and I mean anything. I mean, bro. People literally coming out on or talking about this. You know what, guys? I'm saving this one for the vault. This one is getting saved to the vault, okay? I'm going to go ahead and put this one for the Kamala supporters. Next time they want to talk they trash. Next time they want to say Don don't care about nobody but himself. I need to have this video just on the pull up. Like, you know what? Let's pull on some heartstrings since that's what Kamala like to do. Let's do it to them back.
Unburdened by what has been. I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know?
I found out she only became Attorney General because she was a mistress to the married San Francisco man.
Married San Francisco man, Willie Brown, in this mug kissing. This guy over here like, what the hell going on? Aw, man.
Mayor Willie Brown. And today I see she tries...
Yo, that boy was old. Oh, okay. We see what she was doing. Okay, we see where she was getting at. Okay.
appealing to black audiences by putting on fake urban accents.
And we're going to do it again in 2024.
Black people are very down to earth. This is insulting to us.
You better thank a union member for vacation time.
Kamala, how stupid do you think we are? And I saw Kamala's Twitter photo. That's from like 20 years ago.
According to some of the blue hearts in the chat, Kamala thinks some of y'all are very stupid, actually.
She's 60 years old today. Even with the heavy makeup, you can see.
Damn! I mean, God. They
show that picture of that lady like that.
Why would they do her like that? I ain't need to see that.
She didn't even look that bad. Like, that was her at 40. It looks good.
20 years ago.
Look bad for
60 years ago. I mean, yeah, not too bad.
That's all.
God.
I ain't even gonna do her like that.
Why they had to do that though?
She's 60. I seen her pretending to be talking on the phone, avoiding the press. She's a terrible actress. She was calling young people stupid.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid.
With Kamala, we can't even say Merry Christmas.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we?
They are stupid.
With Kamala, we can't even say Merry Christmas.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we?
The laugh is so insincere.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
We have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And yeah, I am radical.
All this woke and radical stuff doesn't do anything for me as a single black mother. All it got me was inflation that hurt me and my kids. Grocery store prices are crazy. I can't pay for food on my income.
I am in favor of saying that we're not going to treat people who are undocumented and cross the border as criminals.
Black people has been in America for 400 years, but Kamala pushes us to the back of the line behind illegals.
I know.
Why? As borders are. She just filling up our schools with kids who don't speak English just so they can get more government money. Illegals get free health care, but I have to pay. They get free housing, and I'm struggling to pay rent.
Are undocumented immigrants that are the least likely to commit a crime.
And it's more dangerous in our neighborhood. We don't need Venezuelan gangs.
To this day, at 22 years old, I suffer from full paralysis on my right arm and partial in my right leg.
Kamala Harris owes me an apology.
Now, Trump supporters, I want y'all to look at the chat right now and look how these people are disregarding this lady's pain. One of them just go, oh, she must be lazy, bro. She has a daughter with sickle cell, and Kamala put in a truancy conviction order. Pretty much because her daughter had to miss school because of her sickle cell, she got put in jail. All right, like, y'all really gonna sit there?
Mother must be angry. Wouldn't you be?
I mean,
wouldn't you be angry if you were charged,
bro,
from weak leadership and idiotic policy?
Bro, how sick are some of y'all? I mean, like, for real though. I mean, yo, I need to clip up this whole entire moment right here so people could honestly see. It's like, yo, they're literally saying in the chat, she must be lazy. Oh, she must be angry. Why are y'all trying to disregard this lady's pain just like y'all try to disregard the American people's pain? Like, there's something wrong with y'all. When we say Marxist ideology, we mean it. Because some of y'all are self-loathers towards your own people.
Now, shout out to
and my daughter
chiming back in with another $2 super chat. He says this woke stuff is what's brainwashing our children.
Oh, yeah, I missed that.
An apology for what she did to us.
Let's be clear.
Shout
my
out
values
have Contro. Another $2 super chat. We appreciate you. Heart for those who died in the Afghan pullout. Yeah, facts. Should nobody have lost their life, but you know what weak leadership does.
Yeah, but then crazy how Biden didn't even go visit those people.
But Trump did. And what they say, he was stepping on the graves.
Yeah, I want y'all to rewind this video at least a good 20 minutes for some of y'all who just cutting in here and look at what Kamala did to this woman and other black women.
Not changed.
Look, I am not a political person, but I want people to know what Kamala Harris has did to me.
And I like the saying, I forget where I heard it at, but somebody was sharing a conversation they had with a friend, and he was just like, "Look, I'm just not that into politics." He's like, "Well, you better be, because politics is into you."
Yeah, like
it affects our everyday lives, how we buy, how we view things, where we spend our money, how we raise our family. Yeah, you better be into politics. You better know a little bit about this, because it's definitely into you, and it definitely has an influence on your daily life. And shout out Eric Shin. I think he's sending another $2 in Aussie. Yeah, Australia supports Trump. Yeah, appreciate you, bro. Shout out our international viewers.
Yeah, we don't want these policies to be an example or reflection of America, so I ain't going. Like, you're missing me with that.
If she do it to me, she will abuse anyone if you give her the power.
Sick.
But to this extreme? I mean, come on now. You can't even say Trump has done anything close to this type of atrocity to anybody. Like, I mean, you'd be hard fine.
Thank you for being here.
It'd be a tough find to give me something Trump has done worse.
Hard pressed to go out and find that.
Please, I'm almost begging y'all to find it at this point. Like, cause how could you beat this? How could you beat targeting the lower class and then running a presidency talking about you're going to help the lower class? Like, when is she ever?
I think it's a sign, Piers, of how much she's in trouble, that she went to Arizona, that she has reversed every policy she's basically stood for her entire political career. Remember, this was a woman who, when she was running in 2019, Piers, didn't just say she basically wanted a wide open border. She said that any migrants that were being held in prison should get taxpayer-funded gender reassignment surgery. That is, we should be paying in the United States to make sure that illegal immigrants are able to change their gender. I mean, this was absolute balderdash. This is madness. And I think this issue by itself, in conjunction with over 400,000 criminals, 13,000 convicted murderers, 16,000 rapists all entering this country and starting to wreak havoc all over the citizens of the United States, I think it standing alone is going to cost her Arizona and Nevada. I think she's going to lose Georgia, North Carolina, and it all comes down to whether Trump can win one of the three states, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, or Michigan. I think he can. I think this issue is the single worst, right alongside of the economy, for Kamala, and why she doesn't deserve a promotion.
Yeah, I mean, Cenk, the thing I would say, if I was looking at this with no horse in the race, which I don't, despite your frequent attempts to claim that I do, would be that by going there now, it looks like political expediency, but it also reminds everybody just how bad the southern border crisis has been under the Biden administration. It's indisputable. The numbers don't lie. Surely it was a tactical error to suddenly go down there and pretend you really care when you haven't been there in nearly 4 years.
Yeah, no, you're not biased against her at all, Piers. You just called her comma chameleon, but okay.
Well, she is.
The border,
that doesn't mean to sound partisan. She just is. She is a chameleon.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
I mean, even the non-biased can see that.
You don't agree?
Well,
hang on, you don't agree with that?
No, I don't.
You don't think Kamala Harris deserves the title Karma Chameleon for repeatedly U-turning on previous positions? Seriously, Cenk? Seriously?
So hold on.
No, you hold on.
First of all,
answer me.
Yes, I'm Captain
Piers, I'm not going to agree to your rando nickname for Kamala Harris. What the issue
Do you not think she's being chameleon-like?
Hold on. Can I answer the question? I brought up the issue that you're biased against her, and then you proved me right by saying she's a chameleon. Why don't you admit she's a chameleon?
But meanwhile,
we have a mentally disabled person running against her. But we'll get to that. So in terms of the border, look, all of this is silliness. I don't do the usual partisan stuff. So first of all, on immigration, the Biden administration did not do a good job for at least a couple of years in between. The numbers have come back down now. But in putting her as in charge of any portion of the border was Joe Biden throwing her under the bus. They had nothing to do. She had nothing to do because he wouldn't let her. And so I don't think that the Democrats have covered themselves in glory on the issue of immigration. I think going down there for a photo op and just looking at, the border is just so meaningless. Every stupid politician does it. It gains them nothing. The media shouldn't feed into that. But finally, I think that people have to admit, look, Kamala Harris came to Donald Trump's position. I'm not thrilled about that, but that's a fact, right? And then Donald Trump said, oh, yeah, I don't want my own position, because he wanted to help himself in the election rather than protect you guys. He cares more about himself than the voters every single time. And there is no excuse you guys have for Donald Trump killing his own immigration bill other than his greed and his selfishness and his...
Nobody want to put in the fact that Democrats also killed that immigration bill. Y'all want to give Donald Trump this like ultimate power that he can just call in anybody on the Senate and get things, you know, taken out. I mean, like I said, I still stand on the argument. What would be the point of running for president if you got that type of power? It'd be wasting your time, really.
It's narcissism.
Dinesh, your response to that?
No
welcome to
narcissism
Uncensored, by the way.
It just wouldn't be worth it.
I think that Kamala Harris going to the border is part of a strategy in which she is relying on the media to do work for her. And here's what I mean. The ordinary American is not happy with the way the country is going. And normally this leads to throw the bums out because the people who are in power are doing a bad job. But the one thing the Democrats have is virtual unanimity in the mainstream media. And so they're counting on a narrative that basically says to the American people, don't believe your lying eyes. Don't believe your pocketbook. Don't believe the crime that you see in cities. Don't believe the hordes of people swarming across the border, the reports of criminals. Instead, accept this portrait of a new and improved Kamala Harris that we're going to give you, this smoke and mirrors, this Kamala at the border talking tough. So they're counting on this fictional portrait, this movie portrait of Kamala Harris to trump, if I can use that term, the observations and experience of...
Bro, Professor Swagamuffin, they lied to you about that. Trump did not make no call. And then y'all can't even reference who he called. Y'all can't bring up no conversations. Y'all can't get these Senates to admit to that. Y'all are just pretty much upset that, okay, there's every right-wing person in there just got a call from Trump. Every right-wing, when there's people on the right side that don't even like Trump, he was able to call up all them dudes and say, yeah, don't pass that. Would be the point of being president. Bro, you have that much power that the president can send down a bill. The president, top dog, can send down a bill and you can stop it. Y'all giving him way too much credit right now.
Of the American people. They're counting on the American people being complete and total suckers.
Okay, Claudia, welcome to Uncensored to you too. Two debutantes today. The American people apparently need to be complete suckers to buy into what Kamala Harris is now doing on the border.
I think there's some truth to that. I think that immigration is her worst topic, in my opinion. I think that the Biden-Harris administration, what they've done with immigration has been abysmal. And I think that we can't really call her a chameleon. If we're going to call her a chameleon, we have to call Trump a chameleon and J.D. Vance a chameleon and everybody else a chameleon because
but I would.
they're all flip-flopping.
Hang on, I would.
Yeah.
Cheng wasn't smart enough or calm enough to ask me. You have done. So let me just, for the record, I think they're all pretty chameleon-like. Trump has U-turned on many things, right? So is J.D. Vance, not least calling Trump Hitler. So yeah, I think they've all got a chameleon trait. It just so happens, and that Boy George is actually a friend of mine.
That you only name Kamala.
Well, no, because Kamala Chameleon obviously sounds very similar to Karma Chameleon, which was the big Boy George hit with Culture Club. That's why she's called Karma Chameleon.
Yeah.
If Trump was called Kamala Trump, he'd be called Kamala Chameleon because it would go better with the song. That's the only reason she's got the name. But they're all quite chameleon-like, in my opinion. Well, it's true.
Yet conveniently, you found no derogatory nicknames for Donald Trump or J.D. Vance. You just happened to find one for Kamala Harris.
I've just said to you.
It's okay, Piers, it's okay. He's your friend. You guys did a show together. You're going to have access to him. We get it. You want Trump to win. Let's move on.
I've said none of those things other than I'm happy to say Donald Trump's been a friend for 20 years.
Didn't the last time you interviewed Trump, wasn't it kind of a disaster that he was furious with you,
Thank you,
right?
Clay. He actually issued 4 statements from the office of the presidency, or he was obviously just out of there. He issued 4 official statements lambasting me as so dead I was catching flies. So our friendship has had rocky periods, but ultimately, yeah.
Man, and shout out to Marcus Vest. What happened to the 2021 statement? Don't come. Hey, man, that's the first one on the that's the first super chat on the live stream, bro. We appreciate you for giving us that honor. Let me go ahead and get you your celebration. You You know, I have never heard about that before. Wait, what happened to that statement? Don't come. Who made that statement? Was it Trump? Was it Kamala? Somebody educate me on that one. I don't know too much about that. I'll be honest.
Trump has been a friend of mine a long time. I have friends, Cenk, you may not understand the concept of this. I have friends who sometimes I disagree with them. You know, you're one of them.
I understand that better than anyone.
Let me come back
like you.
Let me come back to Claudia. We've been waiting patiently. Claudia, finish your point.
Yeah, no, I think that her going to the border at this time is a little performative, and I focus on the Gen Z vote. And immigration is not as important to Gen Z voters as it is to all registered voters. It ranks about 61% of voters rank it as very important. But with Gen Z voters, I mean, they're not really looking at this, but I'm looking at this and I'm saying, why? You know, her campaign's been pretty smart, but, you know, back to what everybody else was saying, I think this.
And shout out Noah Joyner, man. He said Kamala. Kamala. I don't know. Well, that's all you had to really say. Kamala.
So it's just like, you know, a little ploy for the campaign, just going to Douglas, Arizona and saying, hey, I'm at the border. You know,